Dads, what was your don't tell mom about this moment? Mine happened when my son turned 16 and couldn't get his driver's license. Not because he failed the test, but because my wife wouldn't let him take it. Ever since her younger brother died in a car accident at 17, she'd made it clear, no driving until 18, no exceptions. Our son Marcus understood why, but I watched him shrink a little more each time his friends picked him up, honking their horns while he walked to their cars with his head down. The breaking point came when he lost his spot on the varsity basketball team. Not because he couldn't play, because he couldn't get to early morning practices. The coach pulled me aside after tryouts and said Marcus was their best point guard, but reliability mattered more than talent. That night, I found my son in the garage, sitting in the driver's seat of my old pickup, hands on the wheel, staring at nothing. "Dad, I'm invisible," he said quietly. "I can't get a job, can't date, can't even make the team. I'm just the kid who needs rides everywhere." I should have given him the same speech about understanding his mother's pain. Instead, I heard myself saying, "Your mom leaves for her sisters every Sunday at noon. Be in the garage at 12:15. His eyes widened. "Dad, if she finds out, she won't," I said, already knowing I was crossing a line I couldn't uncross. "But you're going to be the safest driver in this state, understand?" Every Sunday became our secret. While my wife spent afternoons helping her sister with the new baby, I taught Marcus in empty parking lots, then quiet neighborhoods, then real roads. He was cautious, careful, maybe too careful. The weight of his uncle's death rode with us in every lesson. Mirrors, signal, blind spot, I'd repeat, watching him check everything twice. He never complained, never rushed, never showed the typical teenage impatience. If anything, he drove like someone who understood that cars could destroy families. 3 months in, we'd graduated to highway driving. Marcus was merging perfectly when he suddenly said, "I know why you're doing this." "Yeah? Why's that?" "Because you know I'll never forgive her if I lose everything while she's trying to protect me from nothing." I didn't answer, but he was right. I was watching my son disappear, one missed opportunity at a time. Then came the night that almost destroyed everything. My wife's sister went into early labor. My wife called, frantic. She needed to get to the hospital, but her car wouldn't start. I was at work, 40 minutes away. Without thinking, Marcus grabbed my keys. "I'll take you," he said. The silence in the car was deafening. My wife sat frozen as Marcus drove, perfectly, cautiously, safely, through the rain to the hospital. Every turn signal, every lane change, every gentle brake was a confession. When they arrived, she finally spoke. "How long?" "4 months," Marcus admitted. "Dad taught me. Every Sunday." She called me from the hospital parking lot, her voice shaking with rage. "You taught him behind my back? After everything? After what happened to Jeremy?" "I taught him because of what happened to Jeremy," I said. "Because keeping him locked away won't keep him safe. It'll just make him resentful. Or worse, he'll learn from someone who doesn't love him enough to teach him right." The silence stretched between us. Finally, she whispered, "He drove perfectly, in the rain, like Jeremy never could." 2 weeks later, my wife handed Marcus a small wrapped box at breakfast. Inside was a keychain with his uncle's initials. "Your dad's right," she said, tears streaming down her face. "Jeremy died because nobody taught him to respect the road. I've been so afraid of losing you that I forgot to let you live." Marcus passed his driving test that afternoon. Perfect score. When he drove himself to practice the next morning, my wife stood at the window, watching until his taillights disappeared. "Thank you," she whispered, "for being brave enough to betray me. The secret that could have destroyed us became the thing that saved us."